All right, now this. After his meeting with Netanyahu at Mar-a-Lago, President Trump issued a warning to Hamas.
We talked about Hamas and we talked about disarmament, and they're going to be given a very short period of time to disarm, and we'll see how that works out. Steve Witkoff and Jared Kushner will be in charge of that from our side, but if they don't disarm as they agreed to do, they agreed to it, and then they'll be held to pay for them. And we don't want that. We're not looking for that. But they have to disarm within a fairly short period of time.
Congressman Darrell Issa joins us now. Great to see you here, Congressman. I guess the key question is, do you think Hamas will ever disarm?
Clearly they won't. Unfortunately, they have a long history of making promises, including participation years ago in elections. After they won many of those elections, they then used violence to push out the Palestinian Authority. So this is not a group that even obeys its own rules within its own country with its own people. So certainly I expect that it will take additional force, unfortunately, to disarm them for the benefit of the Palestinian people and the people of the region, including Israel.
I want to change topics now, Congressman. Your state, California, has dropped a lawsuit to restore federal funding for that high-speed rail project. Congressman, you've been fighting this project for years. It's been going nowhere fast. Is it finally dead in the water?
It appears as though even our governor has given up on this boondoggle. But remember, he didn't give up until after he not only was shut off, but he had already spent multiple times what was originally projected. So the people of California and the federal government have wasted an awful lot of dollars on a train to nowhere that will go nowhere.
I mean, was the theory okay? Was it needed? I mean, let's put it that way. Was it really needed?
Oh, you know, it's an interesting one. There is a lot of train traffic in California that could be improved up and down the coast, including from San Diego to Los Angeles. But instead, they wanted a high-speed train where they wanted it, not where there was a large amount of passengers already going, and speed improvements would have made that even better. Trains are not completely obsolete, but the idea of a high-speed, long-distance train in a sparsely populated area never made any sense unless you happen to live in San Francisco.
All right, one more for you, Congressman. Tech billionaires are threatening to leave your state over this proposed 5% wealth tax. I mean, what can you do to fight back? You don't want to lose those high wealth individuals.
Well, the people who create jobs have been leaving California for a long time. And I remember when Art Laffer left California after he said he'd do it if they raised taxes again. They did. And now he lives in Tennessee, where he's gone from 13.3 to 0%. So it's not just billionaires, it's wealth creators of all sorts.
Yeah, obviously, this is a move designed to just try and fill the budget deficit, which I just don't understand, considering all the taxes your state generates and takes in. Where does the money go?
Well, unfortunately, it goes to Texas. You know, I mentioned Art Laffer for a reason. The Laffer curve found that you can get the same amount of revenue at 2 points on a curve. The low point being the lower taxes, higher productivity, but you get the same amount of revenue for government. At some point, you keep raising taxes, productivity and revenue goes down, so you keep raising taxes to try to make back that revenue. California's economy is really stalling, and what's going to end up happening is that cycle of higher taxes will never end until they wake up and realize that lowering taxes actually can increase productivity and certainly make California competitive, which today it really isn't.
Well, I hope they're listening to you. I'm not hopeful, but you speak a lot of sense. Congressman Darrell Issa, thank you, sir, for joining us.
My honor. Thank you.